Now we know.
Now we know your code.
Now we know your passcode.
Oh, no. So, hello, I am here in a library in Toronto with fellow Torontonian band PUP, ladies and gentlemen. Surrounded by magazines and a hedgehog on a magazine. So,
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Arnold.
Men's Health.
Arnold.
The guy who plays
Chris
Captain
Pine.
Kirk. Chris Pine.
He's a delicious piece of meat.
Yeah.
Other people.
Yeah.
Awesome. Other than William Shatner.
It's Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Shatner.
He wouldn't be on Men's Health.
No.
So recently you went to the United States of America.
We did.
You played South by Southwest.
That's right.
How was that?
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was our first American tour.
Okay.
It was our first time kind of being outside of like New York State, and it was great. We got to see the whole country almost, and played some really fun shows. Played some great shows at South by. It was a clusterfuck. It's like too many bands, too many people, way too much liquor. Just
Yeah.
I don't remember half of that
Lots of tacos.
experience.
Yeah, lots of time.
Yeah.
Good tacos or?
Good and bad.
The Mexican
All
food.
kinds of tacos.
Oh, yeah.
I had some pretty shit tacos from a taco truck.
There were some good ones though.
Yeah,
There
there
were
were
some
good
really
ones.
good ones. Some good barbecue.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
That's right.
want to go to Texas one day. Be a cowboy.
Yeah.
Live out my days as a cowboy.
They're out there, man. We saw some serious cowboys.
I was this close to buying a pair of cowboy boots, but I didn't.
How much do they cost?
They're
It's like
expensive.
$300.
$300 for sure.
Yeah.
Too much.
You don't have that kind of money.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
So, like, could you tell us a little bit about how PUP was formed and, like, how it was born?
Yeah.
Well, like, the three of us minus Stefan, we kind of all played together in high school. So we've been like playing together for years and years. And then eventually it just like, he came into the fold and it just was like it was a natural fit. And he just like became one of us basically.
You guys had kind of jammed at
And
university.
they jammed together, that's how we learned, that's how we met him. And
Yeah. It was really nice for me because I was like, at these songs, I was like walking into a fully formed band almost because these guys have such a good rapport with each other from like grew up together listening to the same music and trading music. So they like really were well, like they connected with each other well. And so like when I started playing with them, it was great. It was like the band was already formed. It was amazing. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So, your debut album, it's fantastic, right?
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot.
It's coming out it's just been released in the UK, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you went on a tour with Slaves recently.
That's right.
So what are your takes like how the album will do in the UK?
I was just gonna say the press has been really good, and you know, lots of touring opportunities are coming up, and we're gonna spend, I think, like almost half of our year like touring in the UK and Europe. So
it's hard to tell though. Like it's.
I feel like over there, the people like heavy music. Like, I mean, not saying that they don't hear it, but they just, I don't know.
But they also
grabbed onto it. Which is
they react differently to music too.
Yeah.
Like especially in a live setting, like they're more interactive. So like who knows? It's like you gotta show that you have I guess the balls, for lack of a better word, to stand up to a British audience. So.
yeah, our first few shows there were kind of interesting because people would heckle in like a friendly way, which like you don't really get a lot of that in North America. Like people cheer and like maybe yell things once in a while, but like in the UK, people will like in a very loving way just like heckle you. It's like just part of their rock culture.
Yeah.
And so like it took a couple shows where it was like they hate us, you know, for us to be like, oh no, this is just like how it is here, and then we were able to interact better. It was a really fun. That was a really fun tour.
Yeah.
Slaves are awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
One-
Amazing live
Yeah,
too.
one of the best live bands.
I need to see them.
Yeah.
Got,
Some
like,
funny dudes too.
t-shirts, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What was their like funniest moment or like a weird, really weird story?
We in Glasgow.
Oh, everything happens in Glasgow.
Yeah. In Glasgow, they gave us a bottle of Buckfast,
You might want to explain
which we,
what Buckfast is.
I don't know if you know what Buckfast is. Yeah, it's like a fortified wine that has like caffeine in it. So it's like 6 cups worth of coffee in this fortified wine.
It tastes atrocious.
It was pretty bad.
Like you want to sleep, but you're also like super awake at the same time.
So that was how we started our night in Glasgow, and I guess the Slaves dudes had some friends there from Glasgow who liked to party and wanted to show everyone a good time. So we ended up going to this like dance club after the show, which is very not normal for us. Usually we just kind of like hang out and have a beer and then go to bed. And so they got excited, and one thing led to another, and there was quite a fair amount of partying done. And the Buckfast is one of those things. I told people, it's like we started the night, you drank the Buckfast, and then all of a sudden it was 5 a.m. And you're like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm still going so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. So there was definitely something in the water in Glasgow, maybe.
I think, I've been to Scotland, and when I was very young, and I've heard Glasgow is a pretty high, like, it's a high energy place.
Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
I'm scared to
going
go
on.
back.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Glasgow.
Yeah.
I just don't want to feel like that ever again.
Yeah, that must be pretty, like, intense.
It was very intense. I was like still really drunk in the morning the next day. And, like,
And I think Laurie from Slaves was just like so delirious that he took like a 2-hour shower. He didn't want to wake the other guys up, so he just stayed in the shower for 2 hours. Insane.
Very nice. Do you want to have a shout out to them?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey lads. Cheese, mate.
So, like, obviously, like, you shot a music video for Reservoir, and it's a kick-ass video.
Thank you.
So cool. But you sustained a lot of, like, fake injuries during that.
Fake and real.
Fake and real.
Okay, fake and real.
I remember waking up the next day being like, why do I have all these bruises?
Yeah, that was one of the things. It was like the day of, we didn't really notice it, and then the next day, I had like, like.
Stefan got hit in the face.
Yeah.
Like there's that scene.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
where he
right,
gets.
yeah.
That one actually happened.
That wasn't fake.
There's a good mark on your face for a while from
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. So, like, going on that, have you received, like, any crazy injuries or just, like, little minor injuries from going on shows? Or?
Yeah, I have a scar here from splitting open my face in Victoria.
I constantly like break my knuckle open basically, just like hitting it on things.
Nestor and I both headbang pretty hard, and so your neck
Upper
sometimes and back can like. It sounds silly, but like it's like repetitive stress injuries.
It's not like typing.
No.
I think I sprained my ankle halfway through a tour in the fall, which really sucks. It really sucks to be in a high energy band and have a sprained ankle. So
Sit in the chair and
you
play.
just have to like tape it up really good every night and just like kind of power through. But
Discovered the value of an ankle brace.
yeah. Also, like kind of when you get on stage, for me anyways, like whatever injuries you have, just like kind of there's so much adrenaline that you just don't. They go away. It's like let's take like a 40-minute timeout from this injury, and we can resume with the pain later.
We're basically professional athletes.
Or, like, there's an article somewhere on, like, drummers being at the same level as professional.
Yeah.
So,
It's well, it's like intense. It's like it's just like so high energy that like these guys are so high energy that I have to keep up even as a like drummer. I have to show that I'm into it, and it's just like
Not to mention that Zach sings a lot and plays drums, which is
it's like running and singing at the
crazy.
same time.
So cool. So, like, let's go back to your debut album. What was, like, the process of making the debut album? Like, what were your ideas going into making that album? Your thoughts?
Well, it was the first time like we like recorded like that because when we recorded previously to making the album, it would be on like weekends and evenings. This time we like took like 3 weeks and did it in Montreal. So we were all kind of like, I don't know,
In that zone.
in that zone of like, we're gonna focus on this record. And so we did most of it live off the floor, which was like fun, but also like, I don't know, there's mistakes on it that you'll hear, but like we're kind of, I don't know, happy that they're there, because that's kind of the record that we wanted to make.
Yeah, it gives it some personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're obviously in a library, so I
It's not very
thought,
quiet.
no, it's not really quiet. The library, we're trying to leave. Books about hedgehogs. So, like, what are your favorite books?
Well, I think mine is pretty much. I got on a big kick with. Do you know Oliver Sacks? He's a neurologist, but he writes about, it's like case studies about like Parkinson's and like all that stuff, and it's just insanely interesting. And he has this one book called Musicophilia, which is the effect of music on neurological conditions.
Yeah.
It's an amazing book. Like, it's super cool.
Yeah, it
It's
is a
probably
great
one of
book.
my favorite books.
I really like that book a lot.
I'm reading the new David Sedaris book right now, which is pretty funny.
One of my favorite books is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson. That was like one of those books that really introduced me to that whole kind of like counterculture thing, which was cool. What about you?
I just finished reading Catcher in the Rye, and then I realized when I finished it that I've already read it. So it didn't leave that much.
So it is your favorite. You read it twice.
I would say.
Everybody reads that at school.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say my favorite book is probably maybe Into the Wild.
Yeah.
It really like inspired me to do a lot of wilderness adventures and write a lot of songs about that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool. So last question, do you have any new material out and like coming out? Are you working on some secret project or something?
We're kind of starting to get deep into writing our second record. And we're gonna play a new song tonight, for sure, and some pieces of new songs.
Yeah.
Maybe just kind of like jam pieces of new songs into our set and see what happens. But yeah, it's hard like on the road, writing on the road. But we had a little break in January. We cranked out a bunch of stuff, and I'm just hoping that we're gonna get into the studio as soon as we get back from this next touring run and just like start working on another album.
Yeah, be awesome. So cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
guys,
you, man.
for everything. For the interview.
Thanks for doing it, man.
Yeah. Bye-bye. See you in the future.